My name is Hallie Hill, daughter of Josh and Jenny Hill. Next year, I plan to attend the University of Missouri in the fall to attain my degree in secondary education and a master's in library science. I have been going to UMC since I was a baby, starting all the way back in Sunday school. Since then, I've attended Birthday Party for Jesus, God Squad, Confirmation, Christ for Life, and now UMC Flight Training Group. My favorite memory in the church probably was in middle school when we had a lock-in and we shut all the lights down in the church and Dustin let us have a Nerf gun war all night long. The church has supported me throughout the years a lot, probably most with the constant communication with my community. Wednesday night dinners and after church is when I like to catch up with neighbors and just anyone who I see around town. During college, I want to use the resources I've learned about in UMC flight training. We visited many churches in Columbia. I want to join a local church there and make friends with people who share my same faith goals and will hold me accountable. My biggest role model for my faith would have to be Dustin Buell. Before he left, he led all of our Christ for Life and Confirmation. He answered our questions and made learning fun. I'm really glad I got to do all that with the kids in my grade and now one last time.
My name is Caleb Cawthorn. I am the son of Chris and Barbie Cawthorn, and my plans for after high school consist of going to basic training for the Army National Guard in June of this year, and then going to State Tech in Lynn, Missouri to become a lineman. I have been coming to the United Methodist Church since I was born. Yeah. I think my favorite memory is probably all the middle school and high school mission trips that we went on with all of the students that I grew up with and going on them with Dustin. I think the church has impacted my life because there's just always great people in the church to come to, and just it's always welcoming. I plan to continue and develop my faith by maybe finding another church to go to wherever I am, whether it be around here coming to this church or maybe down at school finding a church to go to. My biggest role model has probably been Dustin Buell, as I've grown up knowing him in the church and going through middle school and high school youth group and mission trips and just being around him and church softball, and he's just a good guy to be around.
Hi, I'm Reagan May, daughter of Scott and Heidi May. My plans for next year are to attend Missouri Western State University, majoring in a career in nursing. I have pretty much grown up attending this church. Growing up, I was always heavily involved in Sunday school, Vacation Bible School, Birthday Party for Jesus. I went through Confirmation, Christ for Life, and now I am in the 2023 Flight Training Group. My favorite memory from church would probably definitely be Dustin leading all of the lock-ins. It was super fun because I've never really played with Nerf guns, and we always were playing with those, which is really fun. And all of the flight training church visits, especially the first one, when it was so cold on the bus that you could literally see your breath whenever you breathed. And we did not tell Michael and Natalie until we got there because we thought that they were cold too, but turns out the heat was just off in the back, so we were the only ones suffering through the coldness. The church has impacted me by definitely forming a firm foundation for my faith and showing me what I want to experience whenever I go to church, attending in college, and what I want to look for whenever I go to church. The church has just always been very supportive through my life and shown me what I want. I plan to continue developing my faith by attending church at a church that I visited for flight training in St. Joe. Going there, I was really thinking about if I would fit in here, if I would feel comfortable here, and everyone there was just very welcoming, and I'm very excited to attend there this fall. The biggest influence for my faith would definitely have to be Dustin Buell up until the point that he left. He led God Squad and my confirmation group. He was so good with engaging with kids and making everything fun in an amazing environment.
My name is Bryce Dominic, and I'm the son of Scott and Lisa Dominic, and I'll be planning on attending State Tech and doing their heavy equipment program. I first attended UMC when I was a child. I've just been going here to preschool. It's helped me become a better person and closer to my faith. I'm planning on finding, they have churches some churches at Lynn, and they have like a Bible group in the school, I think. I think Dustin, he used to work for the church. He was just a really big role model to me and helped me. I'd like to thank the church for helping me throughout the years and with everything and letting me go on this trip.
My name is Claire Walker. I'm the daughter of Bryce and Tiffany Walker, and next year I plan to attend the University of Missouri-Columbia to major in agriculture business management. My history at the United Methodist Church has been for as long as I can remember. I remember growing up in the church, doing birthday party for Jesus, being a part of Vacation Bible School, and now I am helping lead it, going to Sunday school with VBS, having God Squad, and now with the flight training group. One of my favorite memories was when our confirmation group went to, I think it was St. Louis, and we visited synagogues and basilicas. And not only was it cool history and learning about other religions, it also gave a lot of our grade an opportunity to bond with each other. I don't know where I would be without the people in this church, because there are so many people who have helped me grow as a person and always been in my corner and supported me no matter what I was doing, and they always make sure to cheer me on in every aspect of my life. So after I graduate high school and go to Mizzou, I plan to join a church there so that I can keep with my faith and make sure I'm still growing within a church. One of the biggest role models, actually, when I was younger, was Dustin Buell, because he was always making learning about Jesus and the Bible very fun, and he also helped grow my faith from a young age. But after he left, one of the people that helped fill his shoes was Dave Rogers. He was always there and making stuff fun and enjoyable to learn, and he's always there for any questions that we might have and supporting us.
Hi, my name is Japhet Ojeda. I am the son of Fortune and Bill Kesu Ojeda, and I plan to attend North Central Missouri College to study accounting to become an accountant. I started attending Christ for Life in 2021, and I'm currently participating in flight training. A favorite memory would be going to the Big Biscuit for lunch during one of our flight training church visits. It has helped me understand Bible stories I did not understand once before, and to help me continue to live a Christian life. By going to church every Sunday when I'm in college and participating in spiritual activities while I'm there, and to keep reading my Bible regularly. Definitely my mother, because she's a very spiritual person and she loves God very much.
Hi, my name is Ava Dennis. I am the daughter of Josh and Angel Dennis, and my plans for next year are to attend esthetician school in Columbia, Missouri, and then further my education in nursing and get certified in Botox. My history with United Methodist started when I was really young. I went to preschool here. I have been involved in like God Squad, VBS, Christ for Life, now flight training and stuff like that. My favorite memory, I actually have two for this one. My first one being when I was like 5, maybe a little younger. Me and my sister and my mom, we were upstairs and we were locking the church up and we were leaving, and there was like a few other people in the outside area, and as we were walking down the hallway, like half of the hallway was really dark and half of it was light, and all of a sudden we turn around and there was this big bat behind us and my mom had a coat on at the time, and she hit the floor and told us to run. So me and my sister were running through the entire church getting chased by a bat. My second one would be the story of Jonah and the whale, when in VBS my Oma had us all get under like a big blue tarp, and she had sardines being blown in a fan, and it was the most atrocious smell I've ever smelled in my life, but I have never forgot the Jonah and the whale story. The church has definitely impacted my life in a lot of ways, and supported me. Through growing up, I've always felt very comfortable around everybody, and I always felt like a really big family, and I always felt like I could go to anybody here, and I've gained a lot of really good relationships with people from the church.
To continue my faith in college, I plan to attend the Crossing, which we visited during flight training, and I really loved the atmosphere, and I thought it was really fun and upbeat, and I'm really excited. The biggest role model in my faith would definitely have to be my mom. Growing up, she always made sure we were attending stuff in the church and learning about God, and then as I got older and I went through the stages of life, I made mistakes and I grew and I learned, and during that time she just always made sure that God was put in to me learning, just made sure I always leaned on God and went to God for it, and I really appreciate that, and it's helped me a lot.
My name is Carson Steele, and I plan on attending the University of Missouri and studying sports management. This is the only church I remember going to, and I've done Christ for Life, Sunday school, and now I'm a member of the flight training. Some of my favorite memories are definitely the lock-ins we did in Christ for Life for middle school, and when we went to our first church trip for flight training, and we went to the Big Biscuit and went inside to a Spirit Halloween for 30 minutes. I've made a lot of really close friends that go to this church and that I met through this church, and I always feel really supported when I walk in here, and I feel loved by everyone that goes here. I plan on attending a church regularly in college, as well as joining a youth group, whether that be through that church or through somewhere on campus. I'm really lucky because a lot of my friends have been really inspirational and good for my spiritual growth, but also my former youth pastor, Dustin Buell.
Hi, my name is Anna Fisher. I'm the daughter of Chad and Emily Fisher, and I plan to attend NCMC in Trenton to study radiologic technologies. I just started going to UMC this year because one of my friends invited me to go to the flight training for our Hawaii trip. One of my favorite memories this year has been going on a church trip to Kansas City, and the heat wasn't working, so we were all freezing and we're huddled up in our blankets. The church has impacted my life because it has brought me closer to friends and people that I've already knew, and it's made me meet new people that I've never met before. During college, I plan to stay here since I'm going to Trenton, and I think I'm just going to keep going here. The biggest influence on my spiritual life is my grandma, because she encourages me to go to church and she shows me how to build relationships with people that I've never met.
Hello, my name is Clayton Savage, and my parents are Carrie and Ben Savage, and my plans for next year are to attend Rockhurst University to study exercise science, and I hope to be a physical therapist eventually. Some things I've been involved in at UMC would include Christ for Life, God Squad, Confirmation. I went on a couple mission trips. Oh yeah, and flight training. I think my favorite memory at UMC would be my first mission trip we went on was at the Heifer Ranch. It was just very interesting to experience living in the other third world countries that you may not think about every day, but you're just reminded that there are people that live in those situations, and they make you feel very fortunate about what you have every day. One way the church has impacted my life is when I was younger, it always felt like on Sunday or on Wednesday or whenever it was, I would have some sort of meeting or whatever for like Christ for Life or something like that. I just knew that I was going to be able to see my friends and just relax, whether it was getting ready to start the week or having just like a little break in the middle of the week from like school and stuff like that. I will continue to grow my faith through college. Probably I'll go to church on Sundays to see what other kinds of activities that the church I choose to go to has to offer. I think the biggest influencer in the church, I think, would have to be Dustin Buell. I feel like when I was younger and when I was growing up, he was really somebody I could look up to know what to do the right thing.
I'm Myra Englert. I'm the daughter of Brian and Melissa Englert, and I plan to attend Iowa State in the fall to study interior design. I've been coming to Chillicothe United Methodist Church ever since I was a baby. In the church, I've participated in things like Birthday Party for Jesus, Christ for Life, Confirmation, and flight training. My favorite memory has to be on our 7th grade mission trip when our former youth pastor, Dustin Buell, dropped a candle in the glass around it, shattered, and a little while later I walked into the kitchen and there was smoke everywhere, so I was very confused as to what was going on. and Dustin had melted the candle into a mug that he found in the kitchen. And then the power went out in the entire town, so of course we all blamed it on Dustin for melting the candle. The church has impacted my life by just always being a place where I could come and feel welcome and just feel like I have a family here. To develop my faith more when I go to college, I plan to join a youth group on campus and hopefully find a good church near campus that I can attend. I think the biggest role model for my faith has been Brooks Sturm, because even when we didn't have a youth pastor, he stepped up and was always leading us and was always there for us in the youth group.
My name is Hudson Corson. My parents are Heath and Amy Corson, and for next year I plan to continue to cattle and row crop farm. Well, I first started attending Chillicothe United Methodist Church at the beginning of the school year when I wanted to participate in the flight training program. Since then, I've been involved in Christ for Life, flight training, of course, and things like junior worship. My favorite memory probably is when we were going on church visits for flight training, and we were down in Kansas City waiting to be seated at a restaurant after visiting this church. And the restaurant was located next to a Spirit Halloween. And so while we were waiting, we all got to go in there and look around and shop and things like that. It was just a fun thing to do while we were waiting. I never really regularly went to church, but since I've started coming to Chillicothe United Methodist Church, I realized that I really like being a Methodist and that I really think this is the church for me. I'm not going to college or anything, so I'm not going to move, too far. So I plan to continue attending here at the Methodist Church. Definitely Michael Lamer. He's been the best one for me because everything he says, he doesn't just read it straight out of the book and give it to you. He really explains it, and if you don't understand, then he'll find ways to help you understand, like give you scenarios and how to apply things that you find in the Bible.
Hi, I'm Madison Bergen, daughter of Mike and Christy Bergen. I plan to attend Northwest Missouri State University in Maryville to earn my elementary education degree. I joined UMC this year because of one of my friends. They had invited me to join them in their flight training group this year. My favorite memory so far was when our flight training group went to a Kansas City church, and after the church service, we had waited quite some time for our reservations, and we went to Spirit Halloween, and we took about an hour, and we finally got our reservation call and headed to the reservation. The UMC church has helped me reconnect and grow my relationship with God. While in college, I hope to find a church that is to my liking and a church I can continuously go to and continue to grow with God. My biggest role model to continue my faith would be my grandma, because she had continuously made me go to church with her every Sunday morning, and every night before bed she would make me do a prayer.
My name is Sam Reeder, and I plan to go to Northwest Missouri State University and study business management. I didn't go to United Methodist Church till this year with flight training, and I got in that because my friend Bryce invited me into that, and I've really enjoyed it so far, and I've learned a lot of things. My favorite memory is probably traveling to different churches on Sundays in different towns, and we had really amazing food after every church service. This church has definitely helped me prepare for college and just teaching me how to keep extending my faith through college. My goals to extend my faith in college is my sister already goes down to Northwest, so she already has a church home, so I'm going to go to church with her every Sunday. My biggest role model is probably my dad, because he's pushed me more than anybody in my faith through my whole entire life, and he's probably been the most supportive through that.
My name is Emily Wolford. My parents are Brad and Amanda Wolford, and next year I'm going to be attending North Central Missouri College in Trenton. I started going to UMC whenever I was in 6th grade because my friend invited me to go to Christ for Life, and so I've been going to Christ for Life ever since. And since then, I kind of invited my whole family to go, and my whole family has joined the church, and I've been in Christ for Life. I did confirmation in 8th grade, and now I'm in flight training, and I help out with junior worship and stuff like that. My favorite memory with the church was our mission trip with Christ for Life 8th grade. We went to Illinois, I believe. It was just really fun, the people that we were with, and the people that were in my room with me that we had like bunk beds in. We still have like inside jokes that we still have 5 years later that we still tell to each other because we just had a lot of fun there with everyone that was with us. The church has impacted my life a lot because before my family came here, we didn't really have a church that we regularly went to. We kind of like, I guess, bounced around from like church to church, and we didn't really have anywhere to go. But then I convinced my family to come here whenever I started going to Christ for Life, and it was kind of my first like church home, I guess. So this was the first place where I really felt supported with my faith, and that I felt like I had a family at church, I guess. I plan to continue to develop my faith whenever I'm not in high school anymore. I'm not moving away or anything, so I'm still planning on going to Chillicothe UMC and helping out wherever I can because I feel like the church has given a lot to me, so I plan on trying to give that back. I think the person that has influenced my spiritual growth the most has been Dustin Buell, and if you don't know, he's the old youth pastor here. He was kind of my first youth pastor because I never really went to youth group before I came here. He really just showed that he cared, and he was really good at explaining things and why we should do certain things, and he was the first person that really helped me grow a lot in my faith. And to this day, I still talk to him sometimes, and I still look up to him and hope to one day like achieve the amount of faith that he has.